everyone, and welcome to the RV Inspection and Care podcast and video. I'm Dwayne. I'm a certified RV inspector, and today we're going to be talking about the best full-time RV internet options for 2023. Now, I can say for sure that getting solid, reliable internet while you're on the road traveling is one of the most frustrating parts of full-time RV living. And I made a couple of videos in the past that covers our setup at the time. But those videos really need updating. And that's because there's been lots of changes in the mobile internet connectivity field since those videos were made. In this video and podcast, I'm going to cover 3 of the best methods I know of today to get mobile internet with high data plans that are also at reasonable, affordable rates. Now, these are not all the options for getting mobile internet, but they're the 3 that I feel are the most reliable and affordable at the same time. Then after I cover that, I'm going to show you what we're using now in 2023. Now, first up is cellular data plans. And in my other videos, I used to recommend that you use reseller data plans. Get a high data plan from them. Now, resellers are companies that buy space on the towers of the big 3 carriers in cellular networks. And the big 3 are Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. So resellers buy space on their towers from them, and then they resell the data to you as a consumer. Now, these days, I don't recommend that at all. And that's because there have just been lots of problems, serious problems sometimes, in the last year with even some of the high-profile resellers. We ourselves have had to keep switching resellers over the years. We went through 4 of them in 4 years. The simple truth is resellers are not very stable and reliable. The old saying goes, it works until it doesn't. And we have had the data just shut off on us without any warning on more than one occasion. Now, you can use these reseller plans, and if it's going good for you, fine. But just keep in mind that they can be very unstable, and you could lose your internet at any time. Now, it was a decent option to use reseller data plans when the main 3 carriers were not giving us very much that was usable. In fact, in past years, the 3 big carriers would give you just a little bit of data for a lot of money. So it made sense to go to the resellers at that point and buy from them. But that has changed a lot. And today there are very usable plans from all 3 carriers out there for very reasonable rates. And the good news is they're lots more stable, lots more reliable than the resellers are. And you can even get 5G speeds in many cases. Now, one thing you're going to recognize, though, is that the data plan is just part of what you need when you go this direction of cellular. You're going to also need equipment, usually in the form of a hotspot of some kind, that will allow you to receive the data and then transmit it at a higher speed. So you need a more modern type of equipment to do that. So you're going to have to invest in that besides the plan. But let's just talk about the plans today. There's 3 plans I'm going to share with you. These certainly are not all the plans they offer. All 3 carriers offer an unbelievable array of cellular data plans. But these are 3 to help you understand how viable it is today to go straight to the carrier now. First up is AT&T. They offer a business plan. Now, you can qualify for it with almost any business out there, but it's a business plan with unlimited data for $65 a month. And that's really good. It does come with a 25 megabit per second cap, though. But we have found in our travels around the country that if we can get anything between 10 to 30 megabits per second, we're doing very well. And we can stream anything that we want. We can use internet and get fast speeds with that. So the cap really is reasonable to me. Now let's move along to T-Mobile. They offer a mobile hotspot 5G plan with 100 gigabytes of data for just $50 a month. Verizon has a mobile hotspot plan with 150 gigabytes of data for $110 a month. Now, I think you can see that the carriers are starting to get serious now at this point. They're starting to put out plans that we can use for affordable rates at this point. So cellular is definitely an option that you should look into. Now, the second option is Starlink. Starlink wasn't even usable in the past. When I made my videos before, it was just a thought on the horizon. But now it's a very reliable, solid choice for full-timers, especially if you're not surrounded by trees. In other words, Starlink is going to require an unobstructed view of the sky. So if you're boondocking and you're out there by yourself, it's a fabulous option. If you're camping in a park or campground, try to get a spot where you don't have as many trees around you so that you can get clear access of the sky. Now, the drawback on the equipment side is that it costs you $600 for their dish. But the plan itself is called the Starlink Roam plan. It's unlimited data at very high speeds for $150 a month. So that's very usable. It's something you should seriously consider. A lot of RVers are having very good success with it. Now, the third option we're going to talk about today comes from FMCA. That's the Family Motor Coach Association. It's been around a long time in the RV industry. They have two cellular plans that they offer. One is based on the AT&T network. It's called the Tech Connect Plus plan. And it allows you to have unlimited internet data for $60 a month. Once again, there's the 25 megabit per second cap that we talked about earlier. But essentially what this plan allows is for folks that aren't businesses to be able to get a very similar plan to that business plan that AT&T offers direct, and even get it for a little less. Now, the only caveat is that you have to be part of FMCA. So you have to join FMCA to get these two plans I'm going to talk about. But they offer a lot of good features and options that are worth the money for actually joining it too. Now, the next plan that they offer is the Tech Connect Plus Accelerate plan based on Verizon. And that offers you 290 gigabytes of data. That's a very good option. That's a lot of data. At 100 megabit per second cap on 5G, well, that's really fast. You're not going to have any problem at that speed. And it's offered for $90 a month. Once again, you have to join FMCA to get either one of these plans at this point. All right, now those are my top 3 picks for full-time RV internet in 2023. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of points that I think are really important though. Number 1, if you stream, you like to stream movies, television shows, things along that line, and you like to use a lot of internet, also beyond the internet a lot, then you should really consider getting a data plan that's at least 200 gigabytes a month. And I recommend in many cases between 200 gigabytes and 300. It seems to be a workable spot for full-time RVers or part-time RVers that are traveling a lot. Next is if you run a business, boy, I highly recommend that you have more than one plan. Have a backup, because no plan works great everywhere. And so you're going to need to have a backup plan. And that's really true with almost anything. Now you can do that. You can have a cellular plan with a Starlink backup, or you can have an FMCA plan and then a carrier direct plan. But the point is, have a backup if you have a business that really requires internet connectivity. Now, the other point I want to share is if internet is super critical to you, I highly recommend that you get a membership to the Mobile Internet Resource Center. It's run by Chris and Cherie from Technomadia. They are very good. They stay on top of this industry. Like I said at the beginning of the video and podcast, this industry just moves super fast. What's great today is not great tomorrow. So they keep you up to date with what's going on. I highly recommend that you get a membership there. Now, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I don't get paid by recommending them. I'm a happy user. I'm a member there, and I'm very happy with what they offer me. Now, let me also say that I'm going to put links to the information on all of the plans that I covered in this video and podcast in the description of the video and podcast. And that way you can go check it out and see what you think and see if it'll work for you. Now let's get to our choice for this year. We have a business, obviously, and we have to have good internet connectivity. So I have two plans. Again, a backup. The first plan is that AT&T business plan because I'm a business. So it's $65 a month for unlimited data. That's fabulous. Then as the backup, I have a T-Mobile 5G plan that's 100 gigabytes of data for just $50 a month. Now I feel very confident with these two plans because we have already gone around the country and have used reseller plans that are based on both of these networks and had very good results with that. So I'm expecting that we'll do just fine this year and even better by going straight to the carriers. All right, so I hope what I've covered here today will be helpful for you. I hope that I've given you something to think about, a place to start to get solid, reliable internet connectivity with high data plans at reasonable rates. And I hope it works well for you. Well, that's it for now. Have safe and happy travels, my friends. Until next time.